Hello everyone, this is Trevor Fayes at Kentico MVP, and we're going to be going over a new module that I am putting out called the Relationship Extended. Now this is part of a blog post at devtrev.com, so if you're seeing this video separate from the blog post, check the video description to get a link to the post itself. Otherwise, in this, we're going to actually be going through the different configurations of the Relationship Extended and go through a full sample of how you would use this. So in this case, we're going to be going on the assumption that we're going to add banners to pages and make a banner relationship. So first step is to click on the Kentico icon, and if you type in relationship, you see there are two things now. Before, the default is just relationship names. That's Kentico's UI for adding non-ad hoc relationships. And the new one is relationship names extended. And I created this is because I want you to be able to create ad hoc relationships because it's only ad hoc relationships that can be sorted and ordered per page. So this UI looks pretty much the same as the other, except it has the is ad hoc on the unigrid. And if you add a new relationship name, you have the checkbox right here. So call the relation name banners, we'll make it sortable, and there's that. I have already created a page type called banners, which is right here. And it has like title, banner image, banner alt text, things of that nature. And on my pages, I've already created a folder called banners and then added a couple sample banner items just randomly underneath it. So the next step is that we want to create a UI tab that we can add our relationships to. Like I said, Kentico does provide a default related pages, but we're going to use our tool because it actually works a lot better. Okay, so we're going to go first off to modules, and we're going to select either a existing custom module or create a new module if you don't have a custom one. I have a test custom module for just dinking around, so we're going to use that. And it's important that if it's your first time creating the module, make sure to go to sites and add it to your site as well. We're mainly concerned about the user interface right here. So where we're going to go is under CMS, administration, then content management, and then pages, and then edit. And you see page design, form, master page. These are all the things that show up when you're actually on your pages or along the top here. And we're going to actually add a new tab just for our relationship. So we'll hit new element after selecting edit. We'll call this relationships. And for the page template, we're going to select vertical tabs and hit save. Now under the properties tab, we're going to extend this. And if you type in relation, you'll see relationships extended as part of the module. And then for the one down here, we're going to scroll down and select the relationship vertical tab extender. What this does is it will help handle the auto hide, which we'll get into in just a moment, of the tabs if they are not applicable to the current page. So now that we have that created, we're going to create a sub page, and we'll call this one banners. For the page template, we're going to select the edit relationship. That's the new one that I created. And hit save. And in the properties, we're going to configure this up, and I'll go through all the options that are available. So first section is the relationship, and this is where you want to select your relationship name, in this case, banners. There's allow switch size, which for the most part, you usually leave that unchecked. Since it's a node-to-node relationship, you could have, instead of pages having banners, you could have banners having pages, but usually you don't do that type of relationship. So this is available for you to allow switch sides. There's max relationships. Anything below 0 means unlimited. It is by default unlimited. You can actually put 0 and it will not let you set any relationships. In our case, we're going to do 2, saying that that's the max number. So it'd be useful in case where like you're doing buttons and you can only fit a maximum of 4 buttons on the page or something along that lines. So you can set that. The left and the right side macro conditions are very important. This is what's going to determine what is a left side page and what is a right side page. In our case, we are adding banners to our pages, so the page is the left-hand side. So we're going to do a current document, and current document is imported in, so that will have the context of whatever document you're on. We're going to do the class name equals cms.menu item. And the right side is going to be our banners. So we're going to do our custom.banners for the class name. And this macro condition will really be anything. You can add additional rules in here. Like, if you want to say only pages that are under this section, you could do current document class name equals CMS menu item and current document node alias path starts with, my section. So you can do multiple things in there. We're going to keep it simple for now, though. Okay. The auto hide tab, if this is checked, which is checked by default, it will automatically hide this relationship UI if the current page is neither a left nor a right side page. So if it's false for both of these, it will not even show it. Show new button, we're going to demonstrate in a little bit once we get started. So I'll come back to that. And then for the selector, you have two types. You have a unit selector and a tree selector. We'll do unit selector first, and we'll switch over to tree. And we'll add our classes that the unit selector will show, which are banners in this case. And then we have the display name format and hover over tooltip format. So by default, the display name is going to be the node name, and there is no tooltip hover. This is useful though if you want to adjust, of course, the display name, but also to add a hover over to give the users a little more context about what they're selecting without having to go to that page individually. So in our case, our page type has the field of the title, so I'm going to use that, although the title is the node name in this case. We're going to do title. And the hover over, I want to know what the images and the banner text is for this. So I'm going to put image, and then the alt text is going to be the banner text, just like that. You can set a where to condition if you'd like. For additional columns, you do need to make sure to include any columns that are being used in the display name and the hover over. So we'll put title, image, banner, text. And search columns, I do want to be able to search what's in the banner text in my thing, so I'm going to add that there. And I'll go ahead and hit save. And that's pretty much it. Oh, also, of course, further down, there are extensions, so you can actually put control extenders for the selectors, the unigrids, etc., etc. And I have a blog article about how to use the control extender, and also there is some documentation on how to use it as well. We won't get into that here, though. Okay, so that's pretty much all I need to do. So I'm going to go to my pages now, and I have a test relationship page here. And actually, before I do that, if I click on the root page, you see how there's no drop-down for relationships? Because the root page is neither a CMS menu item nor a banner. Same with the folder. But this is the CMS menu item, so thus it's going to allow me to do my banners. So right now it shows the relationships on the left, or add relationship button, and which ones are related to this page on the right, which currently there is none. So I'm going to go ahead and select. And of course, not image, apologies, that's why. It is banner image. Sorry about that, slight error on my part. Undo banner image, and we are going to make sure to include the banner image. Apologies. Now it's just a typo. Okay, let's try this again. Banners. I hit select, and so here's my banners. Now if I hover over, you see I have image, what my image is, and the alt text. So that way you can get a little bit more context of what you're looking at. And since I can search by the banner text, which in this case is test, if I type in test, you're going to see that pops up. Banner, album show, banner 1, you get the idea. That makes it easy to search. So I'm going to add 3 banners. I'm going to attempt to. Sorry, too many relationships, max load is 2. So you see how that is incorporating that, so I'll go ahead and just add 2 then. And since it's an ad hoc, I can order these however I want. Now if I hover over, the hover over also works for the grids, so that way if I'm on there I can see. And of course I can delete my relationship right there, and that means I can add another one. If I try again to add a third, it's going to say, sorry, too many relationships, so everything's all working nice and dandy. You have the pencil icon. If I wanted to go to this, I can hit the pencil. It's going to load me up and send me to that page. Sweet. And also, because this is a right-hand side, if I go to the banners, it's telling me that this page is related to my test page. I can't add relationships because it's only the right-hand side. I can delete this from here. And now if I go back to here and I reload, you can see that my banner 2 is gone. And vice versa. And of course, if you're on here and you want to go to that page, same thing, pencil icon goes to your page it's related to. So everything flows nice and easy. So go ahead and add one more back in there. Okay. So I'm going to show actually displaying this real quick. So I'm going to go to the design tab and I'm just going to put a new repeater. And if you're in the Kentico UI, if you're doing MVC, you can do related to, and I'll show that in a moment as well. So we'll put just basic repeater for now. Banners, select all banners, banner, transformation. Banner. And I'll add some break points to here just so it formats a little bit nicer. There we go. Save. Okay, and my transformation. And then the big thing is right here, relationship. Display pages related to the current page. Main page is left side, and the relationship name is banners. And so here we have banner, that's kind of hard to see. We have the other banner and then banner 1. If I flip the order, where banner 1 is first and banner 3 is second, you see now, of course, that banner 1 is first and banner 3 is second, so it works with that. Okay, let's go through what that add new button is. So if I go back to my UI page, which is right here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and say show new button. This is a nice easy way that if you want to allow the users to be able to quickly add a new one, if they don't find one that they like, they can do that, just like the page type. This only works for single page types. And the starting path, I'm going to say to banners. Okay. And close down some of these banners. Test relationship. So I'm going to hit new item, and it's going to bring up a new page. Put banner 4, and just some junk in there. Save. Alright, and then I'll go ahead and refresh the page. Now you're going to see that banner 4 is there, and if I refresh this, you'll see that banner 4 is added. So it's just a nice, quick, easy way if they need to add a new item, they can do that. Next, we're going to take a look at the tree selector. Alright, so let's go ahead and change this up from a unit selector to a tree selector. So tree selector, you have a couple different options. You still have the display name and the hover over tooltip, so that's still there. You have starting paths and your tree selection mode. So starting paths allows you to define the starting path. So if you put banners, it will show things underneath the banner section. And you have the option of doing a multiple checkbox and then add or add individually. So I'll show you how both those go. And I'm going to remove the max relationships so that way I can add more. Save. Alright, so let's see what happens now. Too many pages up. I'm going to shrink down a little bit. Here we go. So as you can see, it's starting me out at the banner section. It's not showing anything else, and it shows me the items that I can check. And again, the hover is still working, so if I want to check, and then add a page, I can do that. I can delete a couple, and as you see, they now pop up on the left. And if I add a new item, banner 5, bam, bam, save, exit, and refresh, there's my banner 5. Works nice. You have the other option, which is to add individually, which is this. And let's remove the starting paths to show you that happens. So now these are links instead, so I just click and instantaneously it adds it on there. So I don't have to check and then hit a button. And of course, it shows all the different things. The hover only works on the items that are selectable. And you can then add sub-organization. So if I hit like a new folder, and I call this, campaign 1, and let's move the couple banners underneath there, like that. Put the thing. And we'll add one more. I go back here, relationship banners. Now you can see that I have that campaign 1 that things are organized. So it gives you two ways to organize it. You can do the tree and have like a folder structure, or you can do a uniselector and have kind of the search functionality to get at your items. And that's really it. So if you want to make more relationships and add more tabs, you can do that. And the rest really takes care of itself. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. The tool should be launching hopefully before December. I just have a couple more small things I want to tweak on it. And of course, I want to have to send it through Kentico for approval, make sure everything's all hunky-dory. And once Kentico 12 comes out, I'll be upgrading that along with all my other tools to Kentico 12, of course, which is going to be a fun task. And yeah. And to install this, like I said, it's simply going to be a NuGet package installation. Everything else installs with it, so that's pretty easy to deploy. Hope you enjoyed the video and continue to enjoy the tools. I welcome feedback at devtrev.com. Just contact me. Otherwise, have a great evening.